and are investing so much in technology and IT as we do. So there is something in it, people understand there's something going on globally, also in our industry, people understand there's something going on, but what to do and how to do this is not so easy to answer. That's why also yesterday we had a group of 20 people from manufacturing companies from South Africa. So we have a lot of visitors here. Why? Because they say, wow, there's a company who is not just delivering PowerPoint slides, but who's actually doing something, you know. So you're going to see a lot of technology alive today when you have the plant tour, and not just as a kind of conceptual state or proof of concept or piloting or whatsoever. You will see a lot of things actually running and efficiently running. I mean, not just running, but really helping us being a better factory and a more efficient factory. So, so our journey to become a smart factory started actually in 2015, because it was foreseeable that our industry is moving, not only our industry, but other industries are moving towards digitalization, towards robotization, automation. We are seeing more and more digital development areas, we are seeing more digital retail, and we cannot leave the manufacturing part analog. You cannot leave this in the valley of not digital, not being, because then you are disconnected to the rest of the world and the rest of the process. So we were seeing a factory here in Izmir which was very efficient in operational excellence, had a very consistent high quality, doing a good job, and we could also have said, you know what, we just maintain this. But as it was on the way to people were more talking about Industry 4.0 and smart factories at that time, so we said we have to probably, to have a significant part in the portfolio of Hugo Boss, we have to probably move this factory into something else, something different. And that was the birth or the start from our smart factory concept. Smart factory means that pretty much we try to adapt the principles of the digital twin into our industry. And what the final idea is that actually the digital twin is running in advance of the physical factory. So we have a digital twin, we have a physical factory, digital factory, physical factory, and the digital factory is running in advance and therefore gives us a lot of opportunities to manage problematic systems, abundance of complexity, the efficiency of people, the preventive maintenance tasks. So we can do a lot digitally and make a lot of piloting before things actually become live. And to do so, we said we have to start somewhere. We have to do something. You cannot buy this. There's nothing off the shelf that you can buy right now, especially in our industry, to get into to become this digital twin. So we said we need a kind of roadmap for this. And this roadmap was pretty much first that we had to connect things. First we have to build this digital twin. So we need this twin from practically everything that is here. If it is a process, if it is a product, if it is a machine, if it is a person, whatsoever, from everything we need this kind of twin. So the first thing was that we said we have to connect things, people, everything. We have to connect things. And then once we have done this, then we will start collecting data, millions of data, and I'm going to talk about this in a second. And once we have collected data, we will find patterns. We will find things that continuously happen, like machine breakdowns or like absenteeism of people, then overperformance and underperformance of people, failure rates. One person is consistently making one thing wrong and the other's right. So we will find these kind of patterns and we can start understanding what's going on here, and then eventually we come to this prediction part where we can understand, like every time when this machine heats up or the vibration increases, it takes just another 2 weeks, then it breaks. So we can start make then predictive and decisions, and can make preventive maintenance, for example. That's one thing where we want to reduce our machine investment in the future by 10%, which is actually not very low. I mean, this is quite money. So that was the roadmap, and then we said, okay, then we have to find to start somewhere. So 2016, we said we would start with digital transformation. We have to make to connect things, but also we have to make the people understand, make them understand what's going on. You know, we had, and you are going to see a lot of digital devices in the factory. So you can imagine if you are an operator sitting on a sewing machine which is 10 years old and has continuously whatever mistakes, and then you start installing these 65-inch Andon boards. People say, that's nice, you install a TV screen and my machine is constantly going down. So how do you make your investments, and why do you do that? So we had to put a lot of energy into this convincing part of making people understand that they are part of a bigger, that this is part of a bigger game, you know. And it's not just about maintaining something, it's really changing things. So that was not so easy. Making people understand technology, digitalization, and implementing this, it was quite intense. Which means what from the beginning on we had these kind of two pillars. One was the technical transformation, was implementing a lot of stuff, and we started with 13 people in IT in 2015. Now we have 30 plus. So we have quite invested in this part. That's one part. But the other part was the human adaptation. We had from the beginning on, we were clear that apparel industry is a very labor-intense industry, and it will continue to be so, even with automation and robotics and such. So we had to convince the people that they are part of this game. We have deleted 3 hierarchy levels. We made things more flat. We are way more transparent with information than we were in the past. So we had to prepare people as well. So that was the first part. In 2016 we were thinking about digital transformation. In 2017 we were thinking about automation. And now automation and robotics is scaring people today. Everyone is reading these articles about millions of jobs that are going to extinct, and the robot will take my job, and so on. And it's partly true. I mean, there are jobs, and we are also working, you will see today, they are going to see the Techno Lab as well, right? Yeah. So you're going to see also the Techno Lab. So we are also investing in robotics and automation, not only in physical robot automation, but also in digital robot automation. We are investing in this, yes, but at the same time we are increasing complexity, and we are increasing the abilities of our workforce. On average, say a worker in the menswear sector would know like 7 operations. In the near future they need to know 15 to 20 operations. So we make these people way more flexible, and we invest a lot in these people. So it's not just a man versus machine, it's this kind of man with machine, this kind of collaborative, this cobot story that we are implementing here, and you're going to see a lot of this. So that was a very important part here. Last year we talked about automation, but integrating this, making again people understand what automation means. And this year is our AI year. Now AI is a buzzword, everyone knows this. I mean, you read in every article and everyone talks about AI. You can have endless Netflix series who talk about the downsides of AI. And I love this, actually. I love this series because they are, typically these science fiction series are exaggerations of nowadays technology. This is just what people can imagine. I mean, 10 years ago, no one would have imagined that we would have a car flying in our solar system, you know. That would not be a kind of exaggeration, that's something really different, you know. These science fiction movies giving us, I think sometimes give us a hint of what's possible, and also give us a direction what we probably not should do, you know, with technology. So that's why I love these, but I just want to say this year is our AI year, which means we are starting to connect everything. We have 26 million data sets per day in machines, we will have 500,000 interactions from people. So we have tons of data and a lot more data, which will be connected, and we are trying to analyze them and finding this. And then we start with deep learning mechanisms, and Hartmut knows way better about this, and you will get a lot of real insights to this and detailed information about it, what we are going to do. But we are trying to learn now from these data, and so this year is the year where we want to dive into this analytics. And I always say this is where magic happens, because that's something that is kind of invisible. You know, you install tablets, you install unknown boards, you install sensors, boxes and whatever. People can understand it. But then when you start working with data, and for example, for a supervisor with the responsibility of, say, 25 people, when you tell him that actually the system is better in predicting the outcome of these 20 people than he is with his gut feeling, this is magic, but this is also intangible. You have no idea how to do that. So that's probably something that we will have again another convincing session here for the people, to make them understand that this is for their better good as well. You know, this will be helpful for them, and they will benefit from these kind of hints coming from a machine, a kind of digital machine. So this is actually our way. We have changed the way how we do projects. We have completely changed from waterfall to Scrum. We are consistently going live every 2 weeks. We have sprint logic here. So the people are also used to get new things every once in a while. And we also have this principle of installing technology the way we do it in our private life. I mean, you don't get 100 pages instruction manual for WhatsApp. So why would you do this for technology in the factory? Which means, like, every time we install functionalities or something, it has to be self-explaining. And we are very tough on this. And especially our IT is challenged quite a lot with this, you know. Sometimes you are experts in your field. So for you, everything is so clear. You watch a sheet of data and you say, that's fine. If you give this to your, I don't know, grandmother or whatever, they say, what is this, you know? So, and this is exactly what we have to overcome here. We have to do things in technology which people just adapt. Like they have their phones, or like they use their communication. That's very important for us when we implement technology here.